The majority of Wednesday is set in the town of Jericho and at the monster and outcast boarding school called Nevermore Academy. But first, the show transports us to Nancy Reagan High School before Wednesday is transferred to the school that her parents previously attended. Wednesday and her brother Pugsley, Isaac Ordonez, stand out from the crowd since they are members of the Addams family. As a result, Pugsley gets pushed into a locker and harassed by the water polo squad. Wednesday releases vicious piranhas into the high school pool as payback for the water polo team, believing she is the only one capable of torturing her brother. Wednesday, the team's captain, is expelled from her 8th school in 5 years after losing a testicle. Wednesday has repeatedly shown that she is unfit to attend a regular school, therefore Gomez, Luis Guzman and Morticia, Catherine Zeta-Jones made the decision to enroll their daughter at Nevermore Academy. Wednesday is keen to move away from her family and this new school, but Morticia and Gomez are sure she'll blend right in with the other freaks at Nevermore Academy. Evermore has, after all, provided a safe home for vampires, werewolves, sirens, gorgons, mediums, and everyone else society deems too strange to coexist with normal people since 1791. With a crystal ball that allows them to communicate with one another, they depart the boarding school on Wednesday. Additionally, Gomez requests that Thing, Victor Doroban, to observe Wednesday from the shadows and return home. Wednesday's first goal upon arriving to Nevermore Academy is to find new foes. Headmaster Larissa Weems, Gwendolyn Christie, who was her mother Morticia's roommate when they were adolescents, greets her family first. Although Larissa is kind and hospitable, we can't help but believe that Morticia and the headmaster don't get along. We can be certain that Larissa's resentment will be resolved in later episodes because Wednesday's first season delves deeply into the Addams family's history and mysteries. Speaking of roommates, Wednesday is forced to share a bedroom with a young werewolf named Enid Sinclair, Emma Myers, who adores happiness, cosmetics, and vibrant colors. Showing Wednesday about and introducing her to some of her new colleagues, including the Gorgon Ajax, Ajax Petropolis, the troubled artist Xavier Thorpe, Percy Hines White, and Queen Bee Siren Bianca Barkley, Joy Sunday, Enid is full of energy. Even if Wednesday's escape strategy can be strengthened by knowing more about Nevermore's microcosmos, the young goth makes it clear to Enid that she is not interested to be pals. Wednesday's dorm mother, Marilyn Thornhill, Christina Ritchie, is the final person she encounters on her first day. Marilyn enters the dorm room just as the Addams murderer swears to suffocate her roommate as she sleeps, and Enid is threatening to tear Wednesday apart with her werewolf claws. The typical boarding school experience, you know. Even if Marilyn's true identity and her job at Nevermore remain a mystery, it's wonderful to see Ritchie return to the Addams universe after portraying Wednesday in the 1990s. Wednesday's goal for the next day is to enrage the most powerful pupils in Nevermore. She therefore resolves to challenge the school's queen bee to a fight after witnessing Bianca harassing a student called Rowan, Callum Ross, during fencing class. Wednesday wins the opening point, and Bianca quickly evens the score. Wednesday offers some military regulations to liven things up: no masks, no points, and the first person to draw blood wins. Even though Wednesday is sure of her fencing prowess, Bianca is a formidable opponent. Following a violent fencing match, Bianca slices Wednesday's forehead, demonstrating her superiority and breaking the goth girl's ego. However, that wasn't the only blow delivered that Wednesday night. During her tenure at Nevermore Academy, she also starts to form new alliances, as much as it would pain Wednesday to confess. Initially, as Wednesday is furiously pacing the campus following her agonizing loss in fencing class, someone shoves a stone gargoyle toward her from the roof. She just makes it out alive thanks to Xavier pushing her out of the path of a crushing demise. Wednesday would have welcomed death as a friend, therefore she is first furious with Xavier. But Xavier admits that he's only making a payment on an old obligation. A few years before, the Addams family attended the burial of Xavier's grandma. The kids chose to play hide and seek on this particular day, and Xavier got locked inside her grandmother's coffin while hiding there. Wednesday heard Xavier tapping on the wood, but by then the casket was already into the cremation oven. Wednesday halted the machine and eventually saved Xavier, despite her claims to have no heart. By exchanging depressing tales, Wednesday and Enid also save some of their connection. It turns out that social hierarchy still exists in Nevermore, and attending an outcast school does not automatically make one an outcast. Enid is a werewolf who is limited to growing her claws. She is unable to completely change. and she might be expelled from her pack if she doesn't find a quick fix for her problem. Regarding Wednesday, she says the last time she shed a tear was when some bullies murdered her beloved scorpion, Nero, by holding her down and making her watch as they ran over the tiny arthropod with their motorcycles. But Wednesday made a pledge to herself that she would never cry again, since crying didn't make anything better. The horrific event, which occurred when she was just 6 years old, influenced her whole life. Once Wednesday realizes Thing is pursuing her in episode 1, she also reunites with former pals. If he doesn't swear loyalty to her, the girl says she'll lock his hand inside a drawer for the duration of the semester. Thing promises to assist her in leaving Nevermore after agreeing to her stipulations. In order to keep her attempted murder of the polo team off of her permanent record, Wednesday must attend required treatment sessions in the town of Jericho, where she finds her final ally. Wednesday takes advantage of the chance to flee via the bathroom window since she doesn't want to take treatment seriously. Headmaster Larissa watches Wednesday to make sure she doesn't miss her meeting, so she hides out at a neighborhood cafe where she runs across Tyler Galpin, Hunter Doohan. Tyler, a cafe employee, is having trouble troubleshooting an espresso machine. Wednesday offers to have the young guy take her to the train station in return for helping him with his equipment. After his shift, Tyler offers to give Wednesday a ride, making her wait for an hour. Wednesday is trapped by 3 teens dressed as pilgrims as she is waiting. They are extremely antagonistic toward the pupils of Nevermore and work in the nearby theme park Pilgrim World. Wednesday has a temper as well, and when things go out of control, she beats the 3 males into submission. Headmaster Larissa is alerted to the disturbance. Donovan Galpin, Jamie McShane, Tyler's father, and the sheriff of Jericho also show up to break up the fight. Subsequently, the sheriff names Wednesday's father a murderer after realizing Wednesday's name. Wednesday's attempt to flee is foiled, but she discovers the first clue to a significant family secret. In addition to teasing Adam's family secrets and establishing the Nevermore Academy, Wednesday's child is full of woe, highlights the main character's growing psychic abilities. Wednesday feels the ropes that the water polo team at Nancy Reagan High School used to tie her brother down, and she sees the squad. Wednesday also meets a fruit grower in Jericho, where he witnesses his demise. Later on in the day, Wednesday discovers she has some sort of future-seeing ability after witnessing the farmer's broken neck accident. Wednesday's powers are yet unknown, but it appears that they are related to the weird prophecy in the Addams family's shadowy background. And it all comes together in the second attempt at escape by the goth girl. Wednesday plans to go to the train station while the other Nevermore students are too busy, using a harvesting festival as a pretext. She uses Enid's computer to call her ally and sends Thing to Tyler's house with a phone number scrawled in his palm. They meet at the carnival after Tyler offers to help on Wednesday. As a farewell gift, Tyler also delivers Gomez Adams' old police file to help Wednesday comprehend why Sheriff Galpin despises her family so much. Wednesday and Tyler are ready to get into Tyler's car when the Pilgrim World crew, who have now been armed with baseball bats, attacks them. Wednesday makes off from their assailants with Tyler. Wednesday runs into Rowan when she's out. She witnesses Rowan being ripped to death by a creature with sharp claws, a flaming tree, and an odd book. Eager to warn Rowan of the horrible fate awaiting him, Wednesday pursues him into the woods. But Rowan pins Wednesday against a tree with his telekinetic abilities. The youngster displays a torn page from a book that features a girl that resembles Wednesday in the midst of flames. Rowan's mother, a strong seer who foresaw Wednesday's destruction of Nevermore and its pupils, wrote the book. Therefore, Rowan was ordered to kill the girl who was predicted if she ever visited the boarding school. Wednesday appears to be losing out, but then a nasty beast emerges from the woods, kills Rowan exactly as the girl had seen in her vision, and flees the scene. Following a thrilling evening, Wednesday discovers her father may be a killer. She is said to be the destruction of Nevermore in an old prophecy. In addition, a monster that is slaughtering innocent people in the woods is also prepared to save Wednesday. Wednesday chooses to stay at Nevermore since she has so many unanswered questions. Fortunately for us, this means we get to enjoy an entire season of an exciting Addams Family mystery.